What should I do if my naturalization case is denied? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our office here in St. Louis, Missouri. You know, we've been seeing a lot more denials of naturalization cases in the last few months and year. And we think there's a lot of reasons for that. Mostly it's USCIS sort of tightening things up, the Trump administration putting in supervisors to review approvals or denials of cases. And so we've been seeing a lot of people who apply for citizenship and they get denied. We've seen it a lot, especially with medical waivers, where people are requesting a waiver of the requirement to take the civics and English test, and we're seeing it more and more in everyday naturalization cases. So what do you do if you get that denial notice in the mail? Now, one thing to keep in mind is that you're going to want to docket the deadline to file. So you generally have 30 days to appeal the denial of a naturalization case. So the name of the form that you're going to complete is an N-336, and it's a petition for a hearing to review the denial of the naturalization case. It's an N-336. And that N-336 needs to be submitted within 30 days of the denial. Now, USCIS does give you 3 days for mailing, but it's best not to wait on those additional 3 days. You want to make sure you probably get your appeal in on the 29th day, because you don't want to cut it too close. You don't want to give them some other reason to mess with you or to say that you made a mistake or to try to deny your case for some other reason. And it's a jurisdictional requirement. If you don't appeal within 30 days, then your case is over. And the only way you're going to become a citizen is to refile. And sometimes when you get denied for citizenship, they'll put in the decision that you can't reapply for 3 or 4 or 5 years. And so missing that deadline can have very serious consequences. So you want to make sure that if you get that denial, that you write it down on your calendar when your answer is due. You're also going to want to make sure that you send it by Federal Express or UPS or some other way that you can track when it was received and signed for by USCIS. This is very important, because if there's ever a dispute about whether or not you get your appeal in on time, if you have a signature page from a USCIS officer at the lockbox or the service center, then you're going to be able to demonstrate that you filed it within 30 days, and that might become important too. Now, in the naturalization appeal itself, you're going to have to put in a lot of background information, but you're also going to have to explain why you think the officer who decided your case made a mistake. And this is crucial to perhaps winning on the N-336. Now, in the old days, we really treated N-336s as sort of a joke. We thought that for the most part, USCIS was not taking them seriously. But something must have happened at USCIS. There must have been some more training or something, because lately we've been having really good success with appeals of denied N-400s. And I think the reason for that is because after the N-336, if that's also denied, then you can go into federal court and ask a judge to naturalize you. And so USCIS knows that pretty soon they're going to have to explain their rationale to somebody. And so we've been seeing more and more flexibility and more approvals on the N-336s. So I met with someone the other day who had denied N-400, and they wanted to appeal, but there wasn't a clean legal argument. You can't just go up there and say, oh, I'm a nice guy, I deserve to become a citizen. No. What you need is a good, clean legal argument. You need to be able to show that USCIS made a mistake in the issuance of the denial, and that you can submit more evidence that you are a good person, or that you can try to overcome whatever reason the denial was for. And you don't have to have all that in at the beginning. If your deadline is fast approaching, it's much more important to get the form on file with the filing fee delivered on time, and you can add stuff later to the appeal. In other words, you can bring information or documents or material to your interview, and that's really important. So obviously it's best to get it all in at the beginning, but at the end of the day, you're going to be able to submit evidence or even testimony at your hearing. And that's one of the great things about the N-336, is that the law allows for you to request USCIS to issue a subpoena on people to come to the hearing. In other words, if there are people that you feel are important to your appeal, you can actually demand that USCIS produce those people at your hearing. Now, you have to do that in your initial N-336. That is not something you can do later on down the line. You have to do it right away. So you want to make sure that you list anybody you think could possibly be relevant. Now, in my experience, USCIS is not very familiar with this rule that allows you to subpoena witnesses, and they're not that comfortable doing it. So you might need some education for them, and this is one of the ways that working with an experienced immigration lawyer might help you. So I think an N-336 is the kind of thing that you probably are going to want legal help on. It's probably not something that you're going to want to do on your own, but instead you're probably going to want to get help and have someone help you prepare the N-336, to list the proper witnesses, to gather the right documents, so that when you eventually have your N-336 interview, that you have a true shot at winning on appeal. We hope you liked this video. We hope you found it helpful. If you're thinking about appealing a denied N-400, or if you just got a denial, make sure to docket that deadline and give us a call at 314-961-8200. You can always email us at info@hackinglawpractice.com. If you like this video, please click like and share it, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us in our Facebook group, which is called Immigrant Home. We'd love to see you there. Thanks a lot and have a great day.